Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with D'Lo. So what we have here is, like I said in my recipe, I've got about 150 grams of ground pork left over, 150 grams, about 200 grams of ground beef, same thing, just leftovers. So always make sure we're cooking safe. We're cooking some raw meat, so we're gonna wash our hands. I've got my lovely cameraman, William, my son. He's gonna be recording me. So if we come on over, come here and take a look at the mise en place that we have here. So here's the diced water chestnut. This is about half a little can there. Again, like I said, we had the celery, about 2 stalks, two small medium stalks, and one small carrot stick there, just diced up there. I've got 2 green onions, chopped up nicely. I've got about 2, you can probably use 1, but I like the blanching, the Chinese sausage, so I've got 1 diced up, same size there. I've got some sesame seeds, you don't have to use it. Right here I've got a pot of just boiling water here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a strainer, and I'm gonna have to blanch off the water chestnuts. Just plain water is fine, doesn't have to be seasoned. Coming on over to the side, here's the pork. Really, you don't have to do anything to it. You don't have to season it because I'm going to season it later on. But I am going to get my some thickening starch ready for the final bit of the lettuce wraps later. So this is just a couple teaspoons of cornstarch. And then we're just going to get some, later on we're going to get some water and whatnot. Yeah, so again, here's my seasonings. We got our hoisin sauce for later on. We're going to keep this over here for now. We've got salt. I use kosher salt here, or sea salt, whatever. So we got some sea salt here. Again, like I said before, we've got sesame oil, white pepper, some oyster sauce, some dark soy for color. Just use what you got, right? So I've got some light soy here, my vegetable oil. I may put in some fried shallots later on because I have them at home. It's up to you, just for texture. So here, let's just get the plate ready. We've got just a plate, serving plate for the serving plate for the lettuce wraps. Like I said before, I'm gonna use potato chips just because I didn't have any of those crispy white noodles. So I'm gonna put the potato chips down, and this is just gonna serve as crunch and whatnot. No big deal. You don't have to use this. I just like to have the texture of the extra crunch there, instead of having the white fried cellophane noodles. So there. Just use what you got, right? And I'm just gonna crush them up here without making too much of a mess. Crush them up. Just have a bed of crispiness in there. How's that look, William? Do you think that's enough, or should we get a little bit more?
A little bit more looks good.
A little bit more? Here. Can you use your other hand, since my daddy's hands are dirty? Can you undo the chips bag? Right here? No, it's on the counter. Undo the clip. Yep, open it up. Yep. Okay, pour some in. My lovely assistant. Is that enough?
A little bit more.
Okay, there we are.
That's crunchy enough.
Okay, make sure you keep an eye on the film me crushing them up. This is our first time doing Cooking with D'Lo, but we'll see how it works. Since we are cooking with D'Lo during COVID. How's that sound?
Yeah.
For self-isolation. So I'm gonna wash my hands. Can you move that over there for me? One move the chips for me, William? No, move those crushed chips. Put it over there. Yeah. That's good. And now I'm just gonna prep the lettuce for the lettuce wraps. So this is just a little trick that I learned when my parents had the restaurant. William's giving a thumbs up for the chips there. I'm gonna get my beef and pork out of the way first. Here. So just a little trick that I learned when, like I said, when my parents had the restaurant. Cut open the lettuce. We use iceberg lettuce because it's easier. And so I'm gonna put these, can I get a plate for lettuce? Let me show you how we cut this up here. So there is a little bit of a secret. So you can get nice leaves, whole leaves. And I did learn this from the people in the kitchen at the restaurant. Garbage right there. So first, knock out the heart. And a little knife here. Just cut that across here so there's a nice clean surface. And here is their secret. So you be very gentle, take your time with it, or else you're gonna break the leaves, and that's not gonna work. And you give them a little shake. And let's just make sure we rinse them off, make sure there's nothing on them. So I already cleaned the sink earlier, so the sink is clean. So we're gonna use the water to separate the layers of lettuce. See? So we got a brown leaf there, so we're gonna discard this one because it's not gonna be pretty to eat, right, William?
Yeah.
But it's still edible, so actually no.
But it doesn't look so good to me.
Exactly. Doesn't look so good. So go in here. The water pressure a little bit less. There's another full leaf there. That one's out of the way. Just gotta get some water in between, make it easy to peel off. So we'll see, we'll work on that a little bit there. Here. With this one, you don't want to break off the stem. And just get in between here. This is a tight lettuce here, which is good, but you have to be careful. You gotta look for the seam gently. You gotta find the seams there. This one's gonna be a good one here. Let's just see if we can get this off in one piece. Get some separation in there. The water really helps if you get open there. You can always use butter lettuce, which is easy to take the leaves out, but I prefer the texture of iceberg. It's my personal preference. Let's just see here. It gets to a point where there's only so much you can do. I think we can get one more out of here, William. What do you think?
2.
2 more? Okay, let's try.
Yeah, I think we can do 2. That one's gonna be easier.
There.
Maybe a mini one.
Oh, that's working. Is there anything else here? Let's see if we can get this guy. There we are. So we got all that done. So now we're gonna position it nicely on here. Let's just see here. So 2 little pockets there, put those here. Now you could take scissors and trim them up just like the restaurants do, but you know, we're just doing home style, right? So drain out, we wanna drain these off, make sure there's not too much water on there because we don't wanna make our lettuce wrap soggy. So you do like this, get that out of the way there. And kind of face down so the water can drain off of them so they don't stay permanently wet, right?
Okay.
So we got the 2 little guys over here, so we'll put these, actually let's just lift it up there for presentation. We'll do that, right? This is what the restaurants do. They put them up here for presentation, which is all good. Let's see if we can salvage this. Take some of the brown off of this on this guy. We can always make do, and we can do a little wrap for filler there. There's a big guy there. Here's a beautiful one to go on top.
Perfect one.
Yeah, and we got some leaves here. So we're not gonna discard the lettuce, but we're gonna put this lettuce because it's still edible. We're just gonna keep it on the side, and we'll just remember we always gotta clean while we're cooking here. Always good to keep the kitchen clean.
And don't waste the stuff you can still eat.
Exactly. So let's go back to the wok over here where we're gonna blanch. Just gonna turn this on there. As William films. So what I'm using right now is I'm using a bamboo scraper on the wok as a non-stick, and I'm using a colander. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blanch off the water chestnuts. I'm gonna put them back in, and what the main point is that we're gonna have to saute it and stir fry it till it dries out, because we don't want a soggy lettuce wrap, right, William?
A country one.
Yeah. Here, come on, come take a look. So this is my my current COVID beard here. I know it's silly, and here, turn the camera around. Show yourself. Oh, isn't there the camera button there that you can change it? Nope, there isn't. Here, I'll film you. There's a little boy. He's not little anymore. 10-year-old William. Say hi.
Hi.
He's my cameraman. So like I said, I'm just waiting for the water to boil here. Again, here I can season the pork here a little bit, pork and beef a little bit. It's up to you. What do you want to do? So I'm just gonna put a little pepper in there, white pepper. You put a little bit of salt. Yep. And then put a little bit of soy sauce in there. Not too much. There you are. And so we'll just let that go. We'll let that season. Yeah. So we got our preparation is done so far. We got the chip down. We got the lettuce made. Let's put these away. Let's get some hoisin sauce ready for later. So we're gonna get a nice pretty little bowl. We got a kitty cat bowl. Kitty cat bowl. Again, like I said, here we got our chicken stock. I'm using Campbell's right now. I get no. Don't worry, guys. I get no payment from them. It's just what I had. And again, soy hoisin sauce. I got Golden Dragon. Again, no affiliation. It's what I got. I'm not gonna pull and tape all over my stuff that I use, because guess what? I don't do that. So there's the hoisin poured out. Here's my cornstarch, which I had earlier. I measured out a couple teaspoons. We're gonna add a little bit of water or some chicken stock to that, just to help thicken up the sauce. So water's almost coming to a simmer. We don't have to salt it. So we're gonna drop the water chestnuts in there. And we're quickly just gonna blanch them. Just get the tin flavor out from there, because they are canned water chestnuts, right? So they're just quickly blanching. So just gonna let you see right there. You'll learn how to go higher, kid. There you are. So I'm just gonna water blanch these for a little bit. Get that tinny flavor out, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extract it, and I'm gonna drain as much water out of it as possible. So William, while we're doing, you can film me while I'm doing this. So get my spatula. There you are. Those should be blanched now. So in a restaurant setting, what we're gonna do is you would probably oil fry up the Chinese sausage, but you know, just to quicken it up a little bit, make it a little bit quicker, I'm going to water blanch them first, just because it's a cured sausage, but still, let's water blanch them first here. Got my ramekin here. Again, hey guys, you're watching Cooking with Dilo. So I'm water blanching the Chinese sausage here. No big deal. Like I said, you can go straight to the wok with oil for it. It's entirely up to you. No big deal. Just want to cook it up a little bit. This will soften them up right now because it's a cured sausage, so it's a little bit tight. Almost like, I'd say almost like tasso or something along the lines of that, like beef jerky. Sweet sausage. They use fat, like a lot of fat in it, so you can see coming out nicely. You know, I've just blanched out a little bit and drain it up, because later on I'm gonna fry it. I want to make sure that it's totally dry, or else the oil's gonna splash up. So I'm just gonna come over here, put it back into a ramekin here. Because we're done with that. And you know what, we're done with the water. This whole thing should probably take, what, 20 minutes to finish up? Yeah, William?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're gonna ask me something?
No.
You're done? Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this water because we don't need it.
And you should make sure you don't splash yourself because it will hurt.
Yeah, that's safety there. So just nice dry wall here. Let's dry out the wok, and then what we're gonna do is first we're gonna brown the meat, right? We don't need any. I can turn the fan on, so it's gonna be a little bit noisier, but let's just see how it works. So like I said, ground pork, soy sauce. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit here. No big deal. We're just using whatever meat we have. You can go out and buy you can buy ground beef, you can make ground pork, whatever you like. I just have both here, so that's what I'm using. No big deal. I'm all about cooking with what I have at home. I'm not gonna go out and, you know, if you're gonna go out and buy whatever you want. Like I said, in the recipe list, you can buy some tofu, you can buy seafood, entirely anything you want. So, you're gonna wait till the wok gets hot, it's getting smoky. Gonna add in a couple tablespoons of oil. I'm using just vegetable oil right now. The oil's getting hot there. And that's going to hold it up higher. You don't have to do any tippy toes. There you are. So we're gonna season it later, but I already seasoned it like a little bit. So down we go. We're just gonna break up the meat. We're gonna brown it, cook it to about 85% then, 80% well, and then we're gonna finish it later on when we put everything else together here. You don't have to get fancy and scoop it up. I just do because I can. So now we're gonna put in the sausage right in the middle there, and it's gonna help crisp it up. So you want to go for a little bit longer because you got ground pork in here, and you want the sausage actually to crisp up a little bit. The sausage get nice and crispy. Now I'm going to use my strainer again right now, because we don't want the extra fat. We don't want the fat in there. We want to drain off the fat once we're done here. That looks about right for now. Okay, so let's drain this off, and we're gonna wash our. Oh, splash the kid with some oil. Sorry, kid. So you're gonna turn off the fire. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna drain off. Why don't you film from the other side? We're just gonna drain our pork and beef and sausage mixture for now, because we don't want the extra fat. All done there. And realistically, we're gonna reuse this wok. I'm not actually gonna wash it. I'm just gonna give it a little wipe so the oil is not on the side there. Cause grease fire. You know what? I'm gonna wipe it out. Just wipe out the extra crumbs there. We're all good. Take that wok on. So there we are. So you know what? We might as well dry off the water chestnut. So we're gonna turn the wok back on. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to. So we've got the pork, beef, and sausage mixture there. We're draining off the fat. We've got the water chestnuts here, and the carrots and celery, which I'm gonna saute off. I'm gonna dry them out a little bit, And I'm not going to season it quite yet. I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning, but not too much, just at the very beginning. We're going to need a little broth later, not a lot. So I'm just going to make a little cornstarch slurry here, guys. And this is going to help thicken it up a little bit later on when we finish up. You see this? So it's just cornstarch and water. Like I said, the wok's getting hot. You can add a little bit of oil in there. Nice and hot wok. And we're gonna drop the carrots and the celery. And the water chestnut. And we're gonna dry it out here. We're gonna saute it until it's dry. That's the key. It's gotta be dry, or else your turn the heat down a little bit to medium. We don't want to burn it. We just want to sweat out the carrot, the water chestnut. So medium heat. We're going to do a major season later, so don't worry about it right now. A little bit higher, William, so they can see what I'm doing there. There you are. Can you see it? It's looking pretty dry right now, right, William?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is put the meat back in there. So meat's in. Oh yeah, that smells good. Looks good. Okay, right now we're gonna add a little bit of. So let's season it right now. So take it off the heat a little bit. So we're gonna add some pepper, a little bit of white pepper. Some sesame oil, a couple of drops. Now we're gonna have some oyster sauce. Probably a tablespoon of oyster sauce. And just a splash of light soy. There you are. Not too much. We're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna add a splash of chicken stock now. Again, we don't want it wet, but we need something for the sauce to hold together to make it whole. So now we do a taste test, just to check for seasoning. What do you think? Hold on. What do you think of taste test? Is it salty enough, or do you think we should add a little bit more?
That's good.
That's good?
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, because remember, like I said, we have a little bit of saltiness from the chips later on. Okay, we're gonna add just a little bit more broth. Again. And then we're going to add in the cornstarch mixture just to help tighten it up. Yeah, to tighten up. Now we're going to add in your green onions. And we're ready to plate. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. There you are.